Hey, what's up, DIYers? Mike Boers with the Mike Boers channel. Thank you for watching. We are talking toilets today, and in the event that you have lost power or your pressure tank has failed and you cannot flush your toilet, we are going to cover 2 simple ways on how to do this properly and safely. Let's get started. Making our way to the bathroom and to the toilet. And DIYers, what happens when you flush the toilet? You push down on the lever and it raises the seal and allows all of the water, about a gallon and a half, to flow out of the tank and into the toilet. And the amount of water pressure that water is generating as it is releasing and flowing out of the tank and into the toilet, it creates that pressure downward into the toilet and creates the flush. And after the flush, the water refills through the water line and shutoff valve into the tank and continues the operation every time you flush the toilet. However, what happens when you lose power? You no longer have water pressure to push water in through the plumbing and through the shutoff valve and up the water line and into the tank. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to flush the toilet. You will see the water flow out of the tank and into the toilet under pressure, creating that flush. And I'm going to come down here and actually close the shutoff valve by turning it clockwise and simulate a power outage. And at this point, it's configured where it is not going to refill with water. And it is quiet. Again, no water filling inside the tank. I will show you both options from here on how to carefully flush the toilet. Taking a step back, what I did next was raise the toilet seat and into the tub, and we've got a 5-gallon bucket, and we are going to fill it about halfway with cold water, not hot water, cold water. Never in the life of your toilet does it have hot water or warm water flowing through the water line and into the tank. Making progress, the water is filled just below the halfway point. No need to fill that 5-gallon bucket all the way up. It will get pretty heavy. And what we're going to do is carefully pour it into the actual toilet and create a water pressure similar as what is created when the water is released from the tank and into the toilet and creating that flush. Camera position, again looking at the toilet, we are going to carefully pour in the bucket of water and push that water down inside the toilet and through the plumbing to create the flush. And believe it or not, I say we are going to carefully do it. However, what I mean by that is just not spill it outside of the toilet. You do want to pour it in a more rapid and aggressive manner. And keep a close eye as we pour this water in, you will see that flush. See that? So again, that's option number 1, and honestly, the option that most people prefer because you just saw how easy it was. However, from here, let's check out option number 2. On to again, option number 2, and we are now directing our attention to the tank as well as top portion of the tank where the cap is or cover. And I'm going to remove our Kleenex box as well as the cover. And DIYers, this is a bit heavy. Just be very careful. You do not want to drop it and break it. That would be terrible. And there is the float right there that rises when the water rises, and when you push down on the lever, it moves the internal shaft or rod here, and through the chain or linkage, it pulls up that seal as shown there, and all of the water inside that tank rushes down and through that hole and through the plumbing and into the toilet, again creating that water pressure to create the flush. However, we don't have anything right now, so I'm going to set the camera back. And to the left, you can see the 5-gallon bucket in the tub. I have filled it up just below the halfway point. And rule of thumb, take a look inside the tank and you can see that water line or brownish or ironish tint or stain to the inner toilet tank. And what I'm going to do is pour that bucket of water inside the tank all the way up and just shy of that line. And no need to rush this either. You want to go slow and not make a mess. And a little water dripped out. I'm going to clean that off the toilet seat as well as the tank. To a closer view, again, I'm about maybe 1.5 inches below the stain line, and that's perfectly a-okay with me. Time to flush the toilet. Camera in position, again, the tank is filled with water that we just poured in from the bucket, and once we flush, the toilet will operate as normal, except for the refill process, because again, we have simulated a power outage and the water will not refill the tank after the flush. And as you can see, the toilet flushed as designed. However, there is no sound of water refilling the tank. And again, that is option number 2. From here, we are going to reconfigure everything back to normal, turn the water supply back on, and fill the tank. To the back and counterclockwise to open up the shutoff valve. And the tank is refilling with water, as if we have power again. Tank is replenished and refilled. Time to test the flush. And toilet flushed as designed, and the tank is refilling with water. And DIYers, that's it. Again, option number 1, option number 2. You might like one more than the other, or you might like both and use both of them over time. Take a step back at DIYers, that is it. And down below in the comments and description, we will have several additional helpful links, one of which is installing this splash guard to your tub. Long story short, every time we use the shower, water would run off the side and onto the floor. Not no more. And many additional videos, removing a toilet, installing a brand new toilet, all of the important items you need to know before taking on the project of replacing a toilet, as well as installing a toilet paper holder and securing your faucet handles, as well as in the event that your tub is ever clogged, we show you an awesome tool and snake to use, as well as replacing stems, and a few videos on this Canopy shower head.